Welcome back. You're tuned in to KTN Home and BTV. This is Saturday Best, and I'm your host, Bernard Waroe, sitting in for Anthony Diema. We are talking about morals in society, and we are asking ourselves, where are we headed? Pastor Joe.
Yes, please.
If we continue on this path, where are we headed?
I think I want to have a positive approach.
Okay.
Because there is hope.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Bible says that there is even hope for a tree that is cut. Mm-hmm. For at the scent of water, it will sprout again.
Okay.
You see, when God created man, there is that godliness that is inside a man. Mm-hmm. And all that is required of a man is we need someone to nurture it.
Okay.
An environment for it to grow. Godliness.
Yeah.
The Bible says that, and Jesus grew in wisdom, in stature. There are those levels of growth. Yeah. The problem that we have had for a long time is that godliness in us have continuously been suppressed. Okay. By the pressure that is there. Yeah. Today we are having a generation of sipagwingwi. Okay. You see, that tells you the anger that is with people. Mimi, huwezi ukaniambia kitu. What are you telling me? Okay. You see? So because of the way the society, people are bitter about life. Yeah. People are emotionally unstable. There's no emotional stability. Yeah. And I thank God because we revisited our place as believers. Okay. Where are we headed? I would want to say that as a believer, I want to be in a place where the values that I was taught when I was in Sunday school, the values, the godliness that is in me as a human being, because a man was created in the image and likeness of God. Yeah. So even the worst person, imagine even the devil himself. Yeah. Even the devil, there was something good about him. It's only that he rebelled. Okay. Actually, when the sons of God are appearing before God, the devil shows up.
So everyone has something good in them.
Everyone has something good. And let me tell you, I think this is the approach that we need. First of all, as human beings, we need to look at these people because we have people who are coming from very different backgrounds. Okay. Some people are suppressed by their parents. Some people have experienced a very bitter life. Some of them are abandoned and they are bitter about it. Okay. Some of them are molested. They are bitter about it. Yeah. So every time you approach someone, you may not know what you are dealing with. Okay. And that is why now the values comes. The Bible talks about the fruits of the Spirit, which is love, kindness, self-control, you know, joy, all this. If we can go back as believers and begin to exercise kingdom values, I think our society and the earth, you know, universe, the world will be the best place to be. Okay.
Yeah, but my concern is that is good. Best case scenario. Yes. But in a worst case scenario, if we don't do that,
if we don't do
what are we looking at? What are we?
Let me tell you something. You have at some point you have ever boiled milk. Yes. What happens to the milk when the milk boils?
It pours if you don't get it out of the fire.
But there's a place that it gets. It cannot pour anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's what happens. When people, you see, there's a story that we read about Gog and Magog, where everyone is fighting the other. Yeah. And at some point, both of them killed each other. Okay. So you become immoral. Immorality will come in and people will get tired of immorality.
I'm trying to visualize that. Yes. See the actual picture, but we'll get back. We'll get back to that.
I want to give you an example.
You know, yes.
I want to give you an example of a place where someone tells you that I am tired of this life. Okay. I am tired. I've been on bang. I've been on drugs. I've been on this. I've been on women, and I am tired about this life. Let me tell you, wickedness has an end.
you know, I'm trying to see that end and how it looks like in real life. So is it worse, or do we mean that now people are tired, there's no more wickedness, nobody burning anybody's car? No, we'll get back there. But Mercy, when you were speaking, you talked about thinking, feeling, and acting. And that was now in view of this negative event. And I'm thinking there is someone who is watching us at home. You know, every time he thinks, feels, and acts, something negative is what he does. He beats the wife, beats the children, abuses and insults everyone. There is a student at home who is watching us. And maybe even last term, he participated in burning the school and doing all those things. And they're feeling bad about themselves. And they're saying, how can I change this process so that I still think, feel, and act, but in a very positive way? How can we change that?
It is by doing what we call a complete makeover of your thinking pattern. Because if you realize it, everything begins with think.
Yes.
Many a times you hear, we've used this phrase very loosely, but I take it very heavily that don't act before you think, or think before you act. That person is telling you, think before you act. So it's normally you think, you feel, and you act.
Okay.
And so what we need to do as a society, what you need to do as a young person, as a student, what you need to do as a wife, as a husband, is to understand you have the power and the authority to change how you think.
Don't get into a place of helplessness.
Don't get into a place of helplessness. And if you're already there, there is help. I'm just a phone call away for a start. With every experience that you get, you cannot stop events from happening.
Okay.
Negative events will always happen. Traumatic events will always happen. You are not in control of that. When you are burying your loved one, someone else is celebrating their honeymoon. Is celebrating the birth of their new child.
True.
You cannot control events as a human being. But you can control how you perceive the presence of that event.
Okay.
Right?
Perception.
How you perceive, how you think about it. If your husband comes home late, instead of thinking the worst of him, can you begin by thinking, might he have been caught up in traffic? Might he have gotten a puncture? Might he have gotten in a matatu and then the policeman stopped them and then he was derailed? Might he have been given extra work? You can train your mind how to think positively.
Okay. Okay.
You can train your mind how to tap onto the positive emotions. Anytime you feel your anchor arising in you, because you feel it. Anytime you feel that ball of sadness coming to hit you, you recognize sadness from afar. You recognize disgust. You recognize anger coming. And you breathe in and out.
Okay.
And you count 1 up to 100 or 1,000 backwards.
1,000 backwards?
Yes.
I hope we won't do that drill here.
Yes. No, we won't.
I hope we won't.
You can always regulate, self-regulate.
You're saying that you are in charge. You can take charge. It's a matter of choices. Because sometimes people behave like I'm helpless.
No.
There was nothing I could do. I've had that so many times.
You are the generator. You are the manufacturer of your thoughts.
So we are that powerful.
The human mind is very powerful, yet very dangerous.
Okay.
I give you a very simple example.
Yes.
This patient comes to me yesterday and tells me, Mercy, I am worthless. I'm good for nothing.
Yeah.
I have nothing to offer this world. And I ask, what is it that you don't have to offer? And we narrowed it down. Now tell me, let's start. There was a wedding for your sister last year in August, yes.
Yeah.
As much as it was not a big wedding, that was an event. You had nothing to offer. I said, no. They even overworked me. I even gave her 50,000 shillings. I was like, wow. And you're here telling me you have nothing to offer. Okay, let's go to relationships.
Yeah.
You have a boyfriend, yes. He got COVID the other day and you told me about it. This is a real case. Yes. SMS'd me 2 a.m. asking me, because you know, more than being a psychologist, I'm also a believer.
Yeah.
You asked me to stand with you in prayer, and you say you have nothing to offer.
Okay.
Worthlessness. We have looked at ourselves from a very negative point of view. Look at the good that is in you.
Okay.
And the mind had convinced her that she has nothing to offer. She is worthless.
Okay.
She was feeling like, and I quote her, she was feeling like a 30 shillings worth woman. And I told her, wow, that must feel very bad, because I feel like $1 million woman. And for sure I do, by the way.
Okay.
I don't have the $1 million. I'm
But
working on
it's
but
feeling.
how I feel.
You feel
because
I
it. Know I have so much to offer in all areas of my life.
And you have value.
And I have value. So you can train your mind. The mind is very powerful, yet very dangerous. It can convince you that you can never feel happy.
Yeah.
And you will never feel happy.
Wow. And I think it goes back to what you mentioned about a system that teaches us who we are, that helps us to take a journey of self-awareness.
Yes.
Let me get to Pastor Joe.
Yes.
The events that happened, like the Wagari Madai Road, triggered a lot of action,
Yes.
even from the government
Yeah.
to the topmost office, the president's office.
Yeah.
But this is one isolated event. Does this mean that, because many things have been happening,
Yeah.
so these could be just symptoms. Is this issue deeper than these symptoms that we are seeing? And how do we deal with the root so that we don't just address the symptoms and then we wait for another 2-3 years and we are either back where we were or we are worse because we have been impacted by the drugs of dealing with the symptoms, but the disease never got healed.
Yeah. Allow me to say, and I like what our master is saying, and I can say that many times, and as a counselor also, I talk to people.
Yeah.
And there are people who come to me and tell me, this is how I'm feeling about myself, and I've tried to leave this thing, I'm not leaving, the thing is not leaving. There are people who are struggling with masturbation, people who are struggling with lesbianism and all those manner of things.
Yes.
And sometimes I usually feel them because there are things that no matter how much you try, personal discipline may never enable you to go to walk out of them.
Okay.
That is why we engage another power called the power of the Spirit, the power of God.
Okay.
He says that what is impossible with men is possible with God.
Okay.
That is why when you look at people when you look at science, it will tell you that anyone who is dealing with addiction, if you are a chain smoker, they'll tell you if you are doing 2 packets, you can begin doing 1 packet.
Okay.
Then several number of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But when God changes a man, you don't need to live like 2 packets. No, it is instant.
Does it to the root.
God does it.
Okay.
He acts the problem to the root. And a drunkard who gives his life to Christ on the street or on a crusade, his life changes completely.
Okay.
He'll never go to bar tomorrow. He'll never smoke cigarette, and there is no thirst.
Okay.
Because that thirst, inside the man, there is a thirst that is always there.
Okay.
And whatever these people are doing out there, even the young men you saw molesting that lady, is because there's some emptiness that our psychologists talked about.
Okay.
And they are looking for something. That emptiness is hovering all over, looking for something to satisfy it.
Okay. So these are symptoms of the deeper issue of emptiness.
Yes, there's emptiness in the lives of people.
Okay.
And any time, and that is why we need to preach Jesus. And I thank God for this platform.
Okay.
Saturday best.
Yes.
Because we need to reach out to these people and tell them that there is a solution. When you feel overwhelmed by the circumstances and situations of life, don't look down on yourself. There's something good inside you.
Wow.
God created you in his own image and likeness. God loves you. Wow. You are not a nobody. You are not an accident looking for a place to happen. You are not on earth to escort others. You are not on earth to cause congestion. You are on earth by divine appointment.
You are not on earth to cause congestion.
Yes. There are people who feel
you are
like
here on divine appointment.
Yes.
That is how important you are.
that is how. And let me tell you, even that molester, they still desire God inside them. Wherever they are right now, they don't feel like a hero. They feel they feel like they are subdued. They feel down.
Okay.
They feel that, what did I do?
But God can bring
Because in
restoration.
all this, Pastor Arui,
Yes.
in all this, the devil is not innocent.
The devil is
We
not
we might
innocent.
blame people and the morals and all that, but the devil is not innocent in this case.
Okay. He has an influence.
He has an influence, and we cannot ignore that fact.
Wow.
I know we are going to work it out. We'll speak to people. The lady will be taken for psychology, but there's that inner healing that only God gives.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Remember, we are doing this from Cascadia Apartments at Two Rivers Mall. A nice place to be. A show house is ready for you to come and view. Visit them, and you will like it. Back to you, Mercy. I am here. I am a pastor. I am an accountant. I am the vendor selling vegetables. I am the secretary in that office. I'm the one who uses the boda services. I'm the one who is living with my children at an individual level. What is this that I can do to change this route, this direction that we have taken as a society? Is there something that I can do? Yes, I'm morally upright, but I'm getting agitated by the things that I'm seeing. Am I helpless, or is there something that I can do?
There's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that I can do. There's
Yeah.
a lot that everybody can do. Number one,
Yeah.
how did we get here? We allowed ourselves to be exposed to so much trauma that we had no business in.
Okay. We allowed ourselves. Okay. Tell us
Long
more.
time ago, we would only know the death of people close to you. You see, the human mind, you have to remember, is the glue. And so when you keep on feeding your mind with negative things, with trauma every day,
Yeah.
death of people who you have no business knowing about, what is that information doing to you?
Okay.
Every time you keep on eating that mutura by the roadside and it is spoiled. Every time you keep on eating,
Mutura.
yes, mutura, yeah, spoiled.
Okay.
Though they are normally fresh most of the time.
Oh, so you're talking about the spoiled ones?
Yeah,
The
spoiled
good ones are okay?
They're okay.
Okay.
But every time you keep on eating that food which you know you've not refrigerated
Yeah.
and it is spoiled,
Yeah.
what do you expect? Running stomach?
Okay.
Every time you keep on taking food high in acidity, your H. pylori will never go away.
Yeah.
There's something you're expecting every time.
Yeah.
Every time you keep on cutting yourself, what are you expecting?
Blood.
The same way with our mind, the way we are treating our bodies, our physical bodies, I urge each one of us, let us treat our souls and our minds in the same manner.
So we
Let us
stop
keep
exposing ourselves.
Exposing ourselves to unnecessary trauma.
Okay.
If there's a road accident, and this one I stopped intentionally.
Okay.
If there's a road accident, if you're not a medic or a paramedic, or you are not a first aider, or you are not the driver to the ambulance, or the ambulance nurse,
Yeah.
you are just an outstander. Curiosity is taking you there.
Okay.
And all your people in the village, it might not be your next of kin. What are you going, what is your business going there to stare at a body, someone who is about to lose it, to lose their life, bleeding out? You are feeding your mind with so much trauma.
Okay.
And this trauma is not going to leave you alone.
Okay.
You go to social media. Ukraine is fighting with Russia. It's good to know the news. Just hear with your ears. Why do you keep on going and scrolling down the videos of the women who are being raped, of the soldiers killing who and burning where? Like, why are we so thirsty for the negative and traumatic experiences?
Are you saying this can drive me to do the things that we are seeing in society?
Exactly. Because what will happen with that rotten mutura you are eating every day? You are not going to avoid the toilet and the running stomach.
Yeah.
So what is going to happen? Every time you're feeding yourself with these negative, traumatic videos, you are feeding your mind the information that you're giving your brain. What is it doing? are you going to feel good or feel bad?
Bad.
Because what is the main function of your brain other than commands of walk and sleep and eat and all that? When you come to your mental health,
Yeah.
the mind of a person, the main function of your brain is to process information.
Okay.
What information are you giving your mind to process? And when that mind, the brain processes that information, it is responsible for producing the feel good and the feel bad hormone or chemical. So you see that person lying there, you see that woman being molested, it's okay, here, see, but briefly. Don't overdigest that information because you are commanding your brain to remove, to produce feel bad chemicals.
Okay.
The feel bad chemicals are responsible for giving you the negative emotions.
Wow.
Anger, sadness, fear, anxiety. So you are always anxious even when there's nothing to make you anxious.
Okay.
You are always afraid when there's nothing making you afraid. You are always angry.
Even
So
when you ought
get
not to be
a point
angry.
that you have so much feel bad chemicals being released by your brain even when there is no trigger.
Okay. Just what, Pastor Joe, as we come towards the end of the show, same question.
Yes.
I'm the vendor who sells vegetables.
Yes.
I'm the one who sets this motorbike guy to take vegetables to my customers. Myself, I don't feel like I have a problem with morality, but this is my friend.
Yes.
How can I help them?
I think it's just like she's saying, and I like the way she's articulating it. I think this nation needs her. Yeah, and I can say, you see, when she talks about the things that are coming out, the anger, you know,
Yeah.
those are what we call the fruits of the fruits of the evil spirit.
Yeah, now I was twisting that and
Yes.
asking, this is now the one feeding, the one who is
Yes.
getting these anger outbursts.
Yes.
This is me now.
How do we help this person?
This is me now. I'm the neighbor of this guy who goes harassing this motorist. How do I help this neighbor?
I think it's just allowing yourself to see him, number one, as
Yeah.
a brother.
See him as a brother.
See him as a brother who needs help.
So we don't need to look at the border guys and see them as
Actually,
enemies.
there are many of them who are very good.
Okay.
Actually, were it not for that case,
Yeah.
and basically, did you know that that guy who actually did that, the one possibly who could be seen doing
Yeah.
those crazy things, do you know possibly that day was his first day being on the road with a border? Pengine alikuwa mtu wa school.
Okay. So this,
So he can-
so number one, we see them as a brother.
Let us see him as a brother, and a brother who needs help.
Yeah.
When we see him as a brother who needs help now, we will now be able to get close to him.
Yeah.
And know, what are you fighting? What are you struggling
We get
with?
close to them.
We get close to them.
Okay.
Because when you get close to them now, you begin now to understand them. Some of these people
Yeah.
are very good people.
Okay.
The only thing that they need is someone to walk with them through what they are going through.
The only thing they need
Is someone
to walk with them. Yeah, I think we have to bring the show to an end, and I'll ask you, Marcel, to give your final remarks as we come to a close.
Perception versus reality has gotten us here.
Okay.
And that's the only thing which is going to get us into it. How you perceive your life. You don't have to be so angry
Okay.
because you are watching people on social media everywhere and they are posting their videos, their art. What do you call this place again? It's a beautiful place. Two rivers.
Cascade,
And they
yeah.
are eating
Apartments.
pizzas, and you think they eat pizzas every day and you are eating githeri every day. So you are so sad and so bitter
Because
with
of
your own
perception.
life. Because of your perception.
But it is not the reality.
It's not the reality.
So
Out
perception.
of here, guys, trust me,
Yeah.
I'm most likely going to get onto a border to go my way. Or maybe I'm going to drive a very small car to my way. Or
Okay.
maybe I'm going to eat githeri after this. And I'm going to wear my dera and remove my wig and I'm going to be Mama so and
So,
so.
let's
so
be
so
real.
and so. Let us go back
Let's
to
be
reality.
real.
Stop thinking that the perceived life we are seeing on social media is the life.
Great. Thank you very much. Joe Wisdom.
Yes.
Pastor.
I
What are your
want,
final words?
I want our viewer to know that God loves you so much, and God has a plan. When He said He has a good plan for you, He was not joking. He was serious. Pursue that plan, that God plan for your life, and when you pursue it, fulfill it, and that is the only way you live a successful life.
Thank
God
you
bless
very
so
much. Thank you for watching us today. We are at Cascadia Apartments at Two Rivers Mall. Visit them and you like it. I was your host, Bernard Waroi, sitting in for Anthony Diema. Thank you. See you another day.
Within the superb 100-acre mixed-use Two Rivers development, Cascadia Apartments combines comfort, convenience, and luxury living, making it the ultimate choice for your home. Life at Cascadia is nothing short of a dream. When you want to enjoy luxurious downtime, Cascadia, which is located within the thriving social city of Two Rivers, affords you immediate access to fine dining restaurants, entertainment, fashion avenues, hypermarkets, and plenty of green parks.